in our tutorial, and today we are in motion in straight line. So today's topic is motion in straight line. So we have the two keywords. That the first keyword is motion, and we have the straight line. So we have the motion and the straight line. So first, we must know what is motion. We must know what is motion. If we need to know what is motion, consider we have the 2 points. We have point A and we have the point B. So let's say this is point A and this is point B. So 2 points. So example, a body moves from point A to point B. So we may see that with one step, with the second step, with third step, and with fourth step. So if we observe in this movement from point A to point B, the time will change. So consider we have the 0 second at the first, and the last we have the, let's say we have the start, we have the 40 second. So for this step, we have the step number 1, step number 2, step number 3, and step number 4. So we see that in step number 1, the position changes from the origin, and it changes to step number 2, to step number 3, and to step number 4. So we see that the position changes continuously, and we see that the time changes from 0 to 40 seconds. So this process we call it the motion. Kiswahili tunasema mwendo. Tunaona kwamba nafasi zinabadilika, lakini pia muda nao unabadilika. So this we call the motion. So by formal definition, kwa formal definition tunaweza tukasema motion is a change in position. Change in position. As we see, the position changes from position 1, 2, 3 up to 4. And also position of what? Of an object over the time. So after that, we need to know the types of motion. So we have the 2 types of motion. So these are the types of motion. We have the 2 types of motion. So the first type is called the linear motion. So the first type is called the linear motion. And the second type is called the circular motion. So you have the 2 types. The first is linear motion and the second is circular motion. So let's start with linear motion. If we need to know the linear motion, consider we have the 2 points. Let's say you have the point. Let's say you have the point A and point B. So if an object moves from point A to point B in a straight line, in a linear line, we call it a linear motion. Kama bode imemove katika point A kwenda katika point B, lakini ikawa katika line, ikawa katika mstari, basi bode hiyo tunasema ipo katika linear motion. Kwa hiyo aina hiyo ya motion tunaiita linear motion. So by formal definition, inawezekana tukasema linear motion is the motion of object in a straight line. In a straight line, katika mstari mnyofu. Na in our topic, katika level yetu sisi ya form 2, tutasoma motion in straight line. So all the motion we will discuss is linear motion. Kwa hiyo motion ambazo sisi tutazisoma ni linear motion. So that is the first type. And we have the second type of motion. Kama tulivyoona mwanzo, basi second type inaitwa circular motion. Inaitwa circular motion. Na tukitaka kujua circular motion, tunajua kwamba kuna zile barabara zetu zile. Ana sana hapa kwetu Tanzania kuna barabara nyingi. Tutaziona barabara zina curve. Kwa mfano hii ni barabara yetu ina curve. Kwa hiyo example, labda gari au mtu anapita. Let's say gari. Tukiona gari likipita, let's say lina move from this point, let's say point A to this point B. Tutaona kwamba gari letu linaenda katika curved path. Kwa hiyo hii curved path, motion yoyote itakayotokea katika curved path, basi hiyo tunaita a circular motion. Hiyo tunaita a circular motion. Kwa hiyo by formal definition inawezekana tukasema circular motion is the motion of object around the cycle or curve, kuzunguka mduara au curve. Kwa hiyo motion yoyote ile kuzunguka mduara au curve, basi hiyo inaitwa circular motion. Kwa hiyo mfano mzuri ni katika zile za watoto wanachezea zile, wanaikiwa kama nani, kama wanakuwa wanapanda wale, unawezekana wakaikiwa vigari hivi, imewekwa ipo kama duara hivi, afu unakuta let's say from point A wanaanza pale, wana start, wana move up to, wanarudi katika point ile ile, in form of a cycle, in form of a cycle. Kwa hiyo hiyo tunaita circular motion. So those are the two types of motion. So let's move in other parts. Tuendelee sehemu nyingine ambayo ni kinematics. Kinematics. Kwa hiyo if we need to know the kinematics, hii kinematics kwanza tunataka tufahamu hii kinematics ina prefix ambayo ni ix. Prefix hii prefix ukiiona sehemu yoyote, hii inamaanisha ni study of, inamaanisha ni study of. Kwa hiyo kinematics ni study of, lakini study of what? Kinematics is the study of motion. Study of what? Of motion without considering forces causes it. Ni study ya motion bila kuconsider forces ambazo zimeisababisha hiyo motion. Kwa hiyo kwa mfano tunaona kwamba gari haliwezi kwenda isipokuwa kuna force ambayo inatolewa na engine ambayo inaweza kusukuma lile gari. Kwa hiyo katika kinematics sisi hatuconsider forces zote ambazo zina act katika lile gari. Kwa hiyo study hiyo ya motion without considering forces causes it, we call it the kinematics. And another study we have the dynamics. So as kinematics, dynamics consists the prefix ix, so it is study of. So dynamics is study of motion. Dynamics is study of motion with considering forces causing it. So is opposite to the kinematics. Dynamics ni kinyume cha kinematics. Ni study of motion with considering forces causing it. So if the forces occurs in a car, in a body, and we consider it, we call it the kinematics. So generally, the main factor causing the motion is the force. So the force is the factor that causing the motion. Thus, kinematics do not considering this factor, while, so this is considering, right, in a correct way, considering, I'm sorry at this. So thus, kinematics do not considering this factor, while dynamics consider it. So the dynamics, as we see, considering the forces, and the kinematics do not consider the forces. So this is our end of our first lecture. Welcome to our tutorial. Thank you and goodbye.
Goodbye.